So you're looking for a dog trainer in Grand Junction. Finding the right one can really change everything for you and your pup. We're going to walk through all of it, from training styles to what it costs around here, so you can feel really good about your choice. Having a dog in Grand Junction is just awesome. Imagine hiking the trails of the Colorado National Monument, or just strolling down Main Street with your best buddy. When your dog is well trained, all those adventures become so much more fun and way, way less stressful. Okay, so first things first. Before you even start looking at trainers, it's a good idea to get a handle on the different ways people train dogs these days. Really, it's all about building that foundation of trust. All right, the big one you're going to hear about is positive reinforcement. It sounds kind of technical, but it's simple. It's a science-backed, humane way to train, and it basically just means rewarding your dog for the good stuff they do. The behaviors you want them to keep doing. So think about it like this. Instead of correcting a dog for jumping up on someone, you teach them that sitting politely is what actually gets them that pat on the head they want. It's not about punishment, it's about showing them a better way to get what they're after. That shift from just saying no to actually communicating, well, that's how you build a real partnership. And these skills, they're your ticket to enjoying everything Grand Junction has to offer. That solid recall, come when called, is a lifesaver on the trails. And loose leash walking, that's what makes a walk down the riverfront trail actually relaxing. Okay, so we've got the how. Now let's talk about the where and when. There are a bunch of different ways to do this training thing, and the best one really just depends on your lifestyle and what your dog needs. You'll mostly see two main options. You've got your group classes, which are awesome for getting your dog used to other pups and people, working with distractions. Then there are private sessions. These are great if you have something really specific you want to work on and need that one-on-one focus. And then there are a couple of other setups. In-home training is perfect for those at-home problems, like your dog going nuts every time the doorbell rings. And you've probably heard of board and train programs. They can be really intensive and effective, but you absolutely have to do your homework and make sure you're comfortable with their methods. All right, you've got the basics on methods and formats, so how do you actually pick someone? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of vetting a trainer so you can feel 100% confident in your choice. Okay, don't let all the letters scare you. These acronyms, they look like a jumble, but they're actually really important. They basically mean the trainer takes their job seriously and keeps up with the latest science. Seeing something like CPDTKA or KPA is a great sign. And if you're dealing with bigger stuff like serious fear or aggression, you'll want to look for a certified behavior consultant, someone with that IAA-BC credential. So when you actually call a trainer, remember, you're the one doing the interview. Don't be shy. Ask them straight up about their philosophy. Ask them exactly how they would handle your dog's quirks. A great trainer will be happy to answer and will have clear, thoughtful responses for you. All right, let's talk money. Budget is obviously a big part of the decision. So, what can you expect to pay for training right here in Grand Junction? So, just for a baseline, a single 1-hour private lesson is probably going to run you somewhere in this ballpark. It's a good number to have in your head as we look at the other options. And here's a more detailed breakdown. As you can see, you've got your multi-week group classes, which are usually pretty affordable, all the way up to the more intensive programs. One thing to remember is that buying a package of sessions is almost always a better deal than paying for them one by one. Okay, so great training skills are one thing, but you've got to be able to use them out in the real world, right? That means knowing the local rules and, just as important, knowing the best spots to go practice. So let's talk local rules. The big one here is the leash law. In Grand Junction, whenever you're in public, your dog needs to be on a leash, and it can't be longer than 10 feet. So that's why getting that loose leash walking down isn't just nice to have, it's actually the law. Need a good spot to practice? Canyon View Dog Park is fantastic. It's got that fenced-in area, which is the perfect safe zone to really nail that come when called command without worrying about them taking off. Then, when you're ready for the next level, head to the Riverfront Trail. I mean, that's your real-world test, right? Practicing a nice loose leash with bikes and joggers whizzing by, that's where the training really pays off. And hey, for a truly only in Grand Junction training session, you can take your dog up to the Colorado National Monument. Practicing a sit-stay on Rimrock Drive with that view, it doesn't get much better than that. Plus, talk about distractions. So I want you to think about this for a second. What would change for you if you had a really well-trained dog? What would that open up? Maybe it's just being able to relax on a patio downtown with your pup. Or maybe it's finally tackling that trail you've been eyeing, knowing your dog will stick with you.
Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about making your dog obedient. It's about building a real partnership. It's about the small things, like having friends over without your dog jumping all over them, or just taking a peaceful walk around the block. It's about being able to share your life with a happy, confident dog who is a true part of the family. I wish you the absolute best on your training journey.